Oftentimes, to get divorced in Nigeria, you have to blame the other party for certain things that did not go well. Okay, like one video I made recently on reasonable behavior. That is, the other party behaved in some ways that you cannot be expected to continue to live with the person, or probably a situation of adultery and many other things like that. So in this video, I want to talk about no fault divorce. There are situations whereby parties will just sit. I mean, the man and the woman and the marriage will sit and they'll be like, oh, they do no longer want to continue with the marriage. And this is because probably parties fell out of love and they don't want to blame anyone for anything. So that is what we call no fault divorce. So oftentimes we have 8 ways, like I've always been mentioning in my video. There is 1 ground for dissolution of marriage, that the marriage has broken down irretrievably, and that's 1 ground. There are 8 different ways you can prove that that marriage has broken down irretrievably. And one of the 8 ways, we have what we call the no fault divorce. Okay, so the no fault divorce, let me just simplicity, is a situation whereby, according to the law, is a situation whereby parties have lived apart for 2 years, for a continuous period of 2 years, continuous, not like, oh, they were living apart for a year or for 2 years, and that 2 years they met again. In that 2 years they reconciled, but later they fell out and things like, no, it has to be a continuous period of 2 years. Okay, so that's what we call a no fault divorce. That is, Mr. A and Mrs. B, they both lived apart for 2 years, so they can't blame anyone. It is not a situation of desertion whereby the respondent deserted the petitioner. No. In this situation of no fault, that both parties lived apart, like there is an agreement. So we have that for 2 years, a continuous period of 2 years, and we have for a continuous period of 3 years. So under the 8 ways that dissolution of marriage can be accepted by the courts, 8 ways, one is this no fault divorce of 2 years. Another is no fault divorce of 3 years. So then we have 6 more other ways a divorce can be proved in court. Please don't forget that I always mention that these 8 ways, you are not to prove all the 8 ways. 1 is enough. But as lawyers, we try to put about 2 reasons, so that if one leg fails, the other leg will fly. Okay, and hopefully 2 legs can fly. That is, you can have 2 reasons and the court will just grant it. So for no fault divorce, if you're coming under the fact that parties have lived apart for 2 years, it has to be on the understanding that both parties are consenting to the marriage. That is, the respondent will not object the application. In a situation whereby the respondent will be objecting the application, the respondent is the other party. The one filing a divorce is the petitioner, while the other party will be the respondent. So if the respondent will object it, that no fault divorce of 2 year continuous period of 2 years cannot work. Okay, so the other part of the no fault divorce continuous period of 3 years does not have that caveat. So which means that the petitioner, that is the person who has filed the divorce petition, can just make it known to the court that they have been living apart for 3 years. It could be that the petitioner that's moved out. Okay, so that is basically all for no fault divorce in Nigeria.